Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a highlight and contour routine. I'm not sure if I have one on my channel, but if I don't, here is a very detailed highlight and contour routine. If you are interested in seeing how I highlight and contour, then just keep on watching. Alright, so the first step in having a perfect highlight and contour routine is your base. Now, I always recommend to use a primer before you put any makeup on because it just smooths the surface of the skin and makes it nice and prepped and ready. What I'm going to do is prime using the Black Radiance True Complexion Shine Control Primer. It looks like this. Looking for a new primer. I'm thinking of trying the Angel Primer from NYX. So if you've tried it, definitely let me know. I also should have mentioned first and foremost, before you put any type of makeup on your face, forget about primer, forget about foundation. You need to absolutely have a moisturizer. Like, you have to clean your skin, make sure your skin is free of any old makeup, any residue, anything. Anything can, like, literally, like, anything can hinder the effect and the way your makeup lays on your face. I have a bit of texture on my skin, so I usually like to go on with a pore filling primer. This step is optional, but I do it because I think everything just lays better on your skin, especially when you're highlighting. You don't want to highlight any textured skin. You don't want to highlight any textured skin. That's a hard word to say for me. So I like to use the ESTEE Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. It just really smooths my skin out. I always put anything like pore minimizing on my top lip because that's where makeup tends to like break up fast for me. I know that's an issue for a lot of people. So yeah, that's a great trick to stop makeup separation or makeup, like, you know how it just looks like not blended on the top lip sometimes, and that's not cute. So before I go in with any foundation or any base or anything, I'm going to set my primer using the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. That was a mouthful. And I'm just going to set it. And basically what this does is it's supposed to be redness reducing. I don't have much redness in my skin, but whatever redness I do have, it completely gets rid of it. It's pore minimizing and it's oil absorbing. Now that is the most important part. That's why I use it, because I really do see a difference in my makeup when I do use the spray. So I definitely recommend it if you are an oily skin person. If you have drier skin, I tend to go with things that are like Radiance or hydrating. In the tutorial today, I'm going to be using the FENTY foundation, and I have the color 400 here. This is the Soft Matte Pro Filter foundation, and it's orange for me, so I am going to be mixing in a little bit of these Hard Candy Glamoflage pigment drops. That on the back of my hand. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Tarte blending sponge. I love this sponge. It's better than a beauty blender. Some days I color correct, some days I don't. Just depends on how my skin looks that day. My skin always looks different. You can choose to either set your makeup or just go straight into highlighting and contouring. I usually like to just set my makeup first because I get smile lines so freaking bad. Like, it's not even funny. So the powder that I love to use is the Better Skin Super Stay Makeup from Maybelline, and I have the color Coconut here. I freaking love this powder. It's literally amazing. It makes my makeup last so much longer than usual, and it is oil controlling as well. So now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, how to highlight. So, highlighting it's literally the greatest thing in makeup, to me at least. And there's two different types of highlighting. Highlighting with concealer and highlighting with a shimmery type of powder. When you highlight under the eyes, you always highlight with concealer. Typically use like a shade that's 2 to 3 shades pushing it under the eyes, because you don't want it to be like super light and just in case you're not that good at blending, you always want to make sure that you be on the safe side. So if you like the under eyes a little bit brighter, you can definitely use a powder to brighten it, but stick with a concealer that's like 2 shades lighter than your complexion. When I'm doing my makeup, I like the look of makeup, so I'm not necessarily going for a natural makeup look. So I typically go with the shade that's like 2 to 3 shades lighter than my complexion, because I like that bright and lifted look under my eyes. If that's not what you like, go with something that's your complexion or a shade lighter than your complexion. When I highlight, because of my face shape, I'm going to highlight to make my face appear longer, because I have a fat face. I do. Everybody is you're typically going to always highlight in a triangle shape. I'm going to keep my highlight above my nose, so I'm gonna go here. Never highlight all the way out here, ever. I'm gonna go down the side of my nose. I like to highlight my cupid's bow. If you have a bigger forehead, you can choose not to highlight, that's fine. If you have a smaller forehead like myself, you can go ham. No, I'm kidding. I'm using my beauty blender today because that's easier to me and I think it blends out the best. So, I want to keep my concealer exactly where it is, but just blend it out. I don't want it to go in here. So I'm just tapping it out, and my beauty blender is damp. Typically don't blend the concealer all the way out, because I am going to go back in with my foundation brush or the other side of the sponge that I used to blend everything together so it's nice and seamless. Something cream down, always set it with a powder. It'll make it last longer and it's less creasing that you have to worry about. The powder that I like to use is the Laura Mercier powder, and it comes in 2 different colors. There's one that's translucent, and then there's one that's I think medium deep, and that's amazing if you have a darker complexion. So I'm going to make sure that my under eyes blended out nicely before I go in and set. There's a little trick that I've seen a lot of YouTubers do, and that is applying a setting spray before you put your powder on. So I'm going to get my setting spray if we're going to do that. The setting spray that I'm going to be using today is the Estee Lauder Set and Refresh Makeup Perfecting Makeup Mist. I'm just going to set my face. Now I'm going to take that Laura Mercier powder and get to setting my face. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit of face powder, not that much, and just dust that away. Looking a little ghostly, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how to not. One of my favorite things to contour with is the e.l.f. 4-pan bronzer palette, and this is in the color Deep. I love this palette because it has deep enough colors for a wide range of complexions. You want to contour with something that's a little bit more on the cool side, because the shadows of your face are typically more gray toned. You don't want to go in with something that, you'll know if something is too dark for you, if it looks muddy and just not nice. It's gonna look a little crazy, but this here is from the BH Cosmetics Highlight and Contour Palette. When I go in to contour, I take an angled brush that's typically on the skinnier side. If you can see this brush here, it's nice and angled, but it's not too fluffy. Contour placement. Contour should never, ever, ever end from the end of your nose, honestly. When you start your contour, you want to go from the top of your ear to here. So like right in here is where you're going to contour. I want my face to appear a little bit slimmer, so I'm going to start my contour like literally right at the top of my ear. If it's a little stark at first, but we're going to blend it out with our bronzer and blush, so don't worry, don't worry. So now, because I want to make my face appear longer and slimmer, I'm not going to take my contour in here because that's going to shorten my face. I'm going to take it on the sides, so right on the sides of my hairline. Just kind of brush it. Not really going to put too much on there. Like I said, we're going to go back with bronzer, so that's going to marry everything together. So don't be scared if it looks a little crazy at first. I have a fat jawline, so to get rid of that double chin, we're gonna create a new jawline. So right in here, and then I'm gonna take it right in here. Get into this chin area, I kind of like to go up a little bit, make my chin a little pointier. So what I'm going to do now is kind of clean up my contour a little bit with my face powder. I hate that chin strap look, so I'll just go in at the end and kind of blend everything out and melt it together with my beauty blender. I usually like to go with something that's peachish pink for my complexion, and this is actually a palette that I got off of Shop Miss A. It's called the Ruddy Cheeks BB Blusher. It looks like this. Literally all I use. I love NYX blushes, they're nice, but this, you literally just gotta go like this. Watch. I'm gonna dip into this one and this one. Watch. Pigment that was, I literally just dipped my brush in it. Like, didn't even, when I put blush on, I usually put it like right in here. Me personally, I like a lot of blush. If you feel like you went overboard, go back with your beauty blender. Another big thing is contouring your nose. So I usually like to go a little bit lighter when I'm contouring my nose. So I'm gonna take this color here in the palette, and it does not have any shimmer in it. You want to stay away from any type of shimmer when you contour your nose. And I'm gonna sort of slim it out a little bit and kind of give it like a little pinched look. And this is the type of brush that I'm using. It's nice and fluffy. Get your contour up into the brow bone. Our last step is highlighting. So I love to highlight my face when it's a little bit damp. So I'm going to go with my setting spray once more. And this kind of just melts everything together. It looks less powdery. And yeah, my favorite brush to highlight with is a fan brush, and I'm just using the regular e.l.f. Just going in a circular motion and highlighting the top of the cheekbone. And I kind of want it to go up into the temple just a little bit. Can you see? I like for you to kind of see the highlight when I'm facing you, but really be blinded when I turn. And the highlighter that I'm using is the Maybelline Master Chrome, by the way. And then I'll take the highlighter and I'll just go above the brow. I don't like highlighting the middle of my forehead because I think it makes it look sweaty. Highlighting the nose really does make a difference in the way that it slims your nose out. So I'll highlight the ball at the very tip of the nose. And I'm taking a smaller brush so I can get a more precise. I have glitter on this for some strange reason. And then I'll highlight the side. That makes it look a little bit more pointed. And then I'll just take a little bit down the bridge. Kind of like an exclamation mark. I'm going to go finish the rest of my face off camera, and I am going to come back and show you guys the finished product. Alright, so I have finished my makeup, and it's a bit dramatic right now. I did do a tutorial on a special look for you guys. This is the end of our highlighting and contouring video. If you have any questions for me, make sure you leave them in the comment section, and I will gladly answer them for you. If you want to just say hey, make sure you leave a message down there too. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you check out my social media accounts. I will leave them linked down below for you. Let me know what you guys would like to see next. I want to hear your requests. If you guys want me to do Halloween makeup looks, I will. So yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye, Sparklets.